Well, we're starting off good today, folks. Morning. Driving down and I saw this red something moving across the road. Barely skidded to a halt in time in front of him and then dove off the side of the road to get him. Don't even have my GoPro on yet. What a gorgeous Western coach whip. Not the uber pinks that can occur down here, but this might be the reddest one that I've personally caught yet. What a beautiful animal. And as big as this snake is, about 4.5, maybe almost 5 feet, he is not fully grown yet either. Hi. Oh, you're fine. Hold on. We're just gonna get a couple more photos, okay? These guys, they eat pretty much anything that moves out here, including rattlesnakes. But they especially love lizards. What a beautiful snake, and a good way to start the day. Since he was in a hurry, I kept my time with this guy relatively brief. If you want to see the release part, you'll have to find that little clip on either TikTok or Instagram Reels, because I'll be posting it there. But beautiful example of the species, certainly quite a bit more pinkish than the ones that I've caught further up north in Colorado and Oklahoma. But in some cases, these guys really can turn almost solid, like brilliant neon pink. Alright, so after stopping at the coach whip, I am briefly visiting Fort Lancaster State Historic Site to look around. And something a little different, other than enjoying the ruins here, is that while enjoying the ruins, I get to drive around in a golf cart. Very nice not having to walk. Keep off the ruins. Also, there's a nice little sprinkle going on again. Last bit of rain probably for the week. And at the Lancaster site we have officially perhaps the tiniest horned lizard I've ever seen in my life. He keeps running away. Oh, he's grumpy now. Oh my goodness. I'll have to double check for you guys if this is a baby shorthorn or if this is actually a roundtail horned lizard. He is so small. Oh my goodness. Like hand for scale. He's so tiny. Wow. That's awesome. So I passed by a couple of these guys and I thought it was just a leaf rolling off in the breeze. Turns out it's a lizard. So as it turns out, the shorthorn lizards in Texas are pretty much completely restricted to the mountaintops of much higher mountain ranges further off in West Texas. In this region, it's only Texas horns, which are protected, and the roundtail horned lizards, which might be the only horned lizards in Texas that don't have some higher protection right now thanks to population declines. Doesn't mean they're not similarly threatened, because they like open, empty spaces like this for hunting ants and such, and those spaces are quickly being overrun by cheat grasses and other invasives, and they are also directly eaten by overpopulated raccoons and things because we wiped out the larger predators that control those lower level predators. But this was my first roundtail horned lizard that I saw. Great thing to discover. Kind of find it funny. They're called roundtails, but really their tails are just this short little string thing right past their back legs. There's not a whole lot round going on there, although the rest of the lizard is pretty round in all respects. Alright, there's a second one. Can you see him? This tiny little thing right here. Oh my goodness, he's so small. It's amazing. Other than a coach whip shed, those guys were the only things seen at the Lancaster site, though. So after that, long, slow, empty drive down to the next hotel, where I spent a little time looking at the pond. And reaching my next hotel, the fishies believe I am here to feed them. Hello, fishies. How fun. Kind of hoping this little pond will attract some garter snakes, though. There's plenty of minnows for them. So we just had another brief but heavy rainstorm pass through. An interesting thing, when you walk up and out onto the rocks, 2 days ago, oh, this would have been dry and dead looking brown. As soon as the rain comes through, this little moss just explodes out in green. Actually, I'm not convinced that it's a moss. It might be a small flowering plant, but it completely transforms the rock faces. Makes it very green. And again, I headed up that hill with the hope that that rain, as is usually common in deserts, would bring out the wildlife, taking advantage of it. And certainly the wildflowers were, but all I found otherwise was more rain. And it looks like I'm gonna get caught out in yet another little cloud burst here. Here it comes. See if I can find some shelter to hide from it. Semi-protected from the rain against this rock face here. I'm still getting pretty wet. Although it's just enough, I think I'll be able to protect my camera. Not the phone camera that I'm using here, but the actual important camera. Oh, it is so very wet now. I wonder if that'll get anything to come out right now. That'd be nice. Even if the wildlife wasn't cooperating, though, the Texas desert immediately after rain is definitely a beautiful environment to look at, and some other cool flowers were still around. And of course, all the interesting millipedes are very happy that it just rained. It's not quite what I expected, but that is perhaps the biggest box turtle I have ever seen in my life. Holy. And you need to get off the road. Yeah, you're peeing everywhere. Good thing it just rained. Go over here, okay? New subspecies of the box turtle that I'm familiar with is rather cool, but unfortunately he was the only thing on that road. Heading back down elevation towards warmer temperatures, I hoped other things would be out, but night remained slow. So one thing a lot of people might not realize is if you're on a big cut like I am right now, you can busy yourself for hours and hours and hours not walking across the same spot, but also have absolutely zero guarantee of finding anything at all. Thought tonight was going to be perfect, because we had a late afternoon rain, and then it's been dried since, more or less. But seems nobody actually liked the rain. Well, maybe temperatures just got too cool a little too quick. It's still in the low 70s, but ain't nobody out here other than other herpers. So the first one I've seen in Texas, Vinegaroon, and it is on defense mode. So if I take my hook and I put it in front of it, it'll pinch and then run away. There's a Mr. Scorpion wandering along. And big trucks coming by, because this is a cut where it's always busy, of course. And after many hours, another Vinegaroon is about all that we have to show for stuff. Apparently, though, I met a couple of herpers out here, and pretty much everyone is seeing the odd lack of animals at the moment. Despite the rains, there is nothing moving across the board, basically. So at least I'm not alone in that, but at least we got cool things like this. Well, if nothing else, we can count on these guys right now. There are lots of toads out, with the Couch's spadefoots being one of the most common. It's a rather interesting looking one too. Pretty guy, but also pretty common. Alright, we have broken the 1 snake a day streak. Took quite a while, but a big, beautiful, slightly pink tinted Texas night snake. The people I was talking with said they found one of them on the last cut that they were on, but I did not get to see it come out here. This guy was just sitting in the middle of the... This is an old dirt road that I'm walking on at the moment, a little ways away from the highway. And for a minute I was worried that he'd been hit or something, but he was just kind of sitting weird, I guess, because he is alive, he's reacting. He knows I'm here. He asked up in that position just a second ago. So glad to finally see something else out here, though. Such a pretty example, and a snake that I can actually put hands on again this time. I can pick him up, check him out, make sure he's actually okay. 'Cause he's acting a little weird, but I guess everything is acting weird out here right now, so I guess maybe that's just par for the course. He might be trying to look for a drink of water from the storm that came through. This road has soaked it all up, though, so there's no puddles here. I'll have to go towards some of the pockmarked rocks to find that. But so nice to see. Quite a pretty little night snake. Beautiful. And once again, you'll have to go to either the TikTok or Instagram channels to find the other short videos I took showing that, yes, this guy actually was, in fact, just fine, just kind of sitting weird on the road, because when I picked him up a little bit later, he started acting like a normal snake should, and then crawled off into the bushes just fine afterward. But that was the one and only snake of the night. So it's nice that we finally broke the 1 snake a day streak, but still a little slow for my liking. It's a good lesson, though, on just how much weather it can impact animal activity, since up until this point it has been exceedingly hot down here and dry for this time of year, and the rains that came through are from a rather odd tropical storm system that threw it up here, rather than the normal monsoons that come through. So next couple days we're supposed to have a little bit warmer conditions, which might actually be good at this point, especially for the areas that I'm going to be passing through, especially up in the Alpine Davis Mountains areas. It's also areas that did get plenty of rain as well, so hopefully those things combined will bring out a few more animals in the next couple days. But until then, if you enjoy watching educational videos and the wildlife adventures like this, do make sure to subscribe to the channel, watch the videos, watch them all the way through. That really helps the channel. Leave likes, leave comments below, questions if you have them. If you want to find out more information about the plants and animals that I work with, or see photos and videos and such, there's the blog and database on my website, carltoncarnivores.com, and you can always find me on social media posting photos and such. Instagram, Facebook, and sometimes TikTok, all at Carlton Carnivores. And if you have a means to support the channel financially, because trips like these do cost quite a bit, as well as general upkeep at home with all the plants and animals, consider joining as a patron at patreon.com/hcarlton. Members there do get special benefits back, including early access to these videos and more. Or you can also do one-time donations at Ko-fi, or find the plants and sometimes baby snakes and resin gem jewelry for sale at carltoncarnivores.com, and the merch shop at Teespring. All the links for these will be in the description below, so no need to memorize anything. But until next time, fingers crossed for a few more animals. I'm Hawken Carlton, and this is Carlton Carnivores.